I am Michelle McKay, along with my partner Cynthia Bolden from Oxford, Mississippi. And we are so excited y'all joined us tonight. You are in for a treat. I'm going to say just a little bit about my story, and then we're going to invite our amazing guest, Vivian Dugas, to share her story. But if you've not been on our call before, we want to talk about why you need these drops, of course. So, if you do not know my story, mine started with brain fog. And I am telling you, it was a 14-year journey. And I truly thought I had Alzheimer's. And that is the reason, and that why is that is so significant, is that my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 55 and died at 62. So every time I had brain fog, I truly, truly had that fear until at 59, I am driving down the road. This is 14 years after this journey started, and I was on Wellbutrin, thyroid, and hormone replacement to try to combat the brain fog. None of them worked long term until Cynthia Bolden, that infamous day that I'm driving down the road and do not know where I'm going, calls Cynthia crying. Cynthia, please tell me I don't have Alzheimer's, but please tell me you have something for me. And I'll never forget what she said. You do not have Alzheimer's in the name of Jesus, but I do have something for you. And she said, I have the focus of a 20-year-old. So, of course, I'm crying. And I said, well, I need the focus of a 20-year-old. So I get started on a product called Renew. And within 3 days, when Cynthia called to check on me, there was no brain fog. But did I trust that it was really gone? All the other things that I had taken for brain fog, it always came back. But I'm here to tell you, 2.5 years later, it has not come back. And 6 months after I started the Renew as a wholesale product user, which you guys are going to hear about this option tonight, Cynthia recommended the hormone balancing drops for me. And at the time, I knew them as skinny drops. So I was a little offended and said, Cynthia, are you telling me I'm fat? And she said, no, I am telling you that you've often expressed that you wanted to come off your hormone replacement therapy, and this is an alternative for you. Let's both try the skinny drops. So once I got started, my husband and I saw some amazing results in 6 weeks. He more than I, y'all know it's unfair, right? Men get better results than women. He lost 18 pounds and 7 inches around his belly. And I started posting about it. But Cynthia noticed that I didn't post. So she called me one day and she said, why are you telling his story and not telling yours? And I said, well, I didn't want anybody making fun of me because I don't have much weight to lose. But I tell you what, I'll go add up all of my measurements and let's see what they are. I started screaming and I said, Cynthia, oh my gosh, I've lost 3 pounds and 5 inches around my belly and my thighs. So, of course, y'all know Cynthia's energy. We're both screaming and saying, oh my gosh, that's amazing, right? But y'all, the significance, and I'm going to see if I can share real quick the significance of my results. I didn't have a whole lot of weight to lose. Can y'all see this okay?
Yes.
But y'all notice I had some love handles, and I get made fun of for these love handles. But look at the third picture. Okay.
Wow.
The first one was in within a few weeks, 3 pounds, 5 inches, and then 9 pounds and 9 inches. So when I tell people that, they're like, girl, you didn't need to lose that weight. But y'all, can you see the difference in my arms and in these love handles? So for me, for that size, that was significant to me. But more than anything, it was significant in the fact that I needed to lose the brain fog. So lo and behold, I am telling Cynthia, do not talk to me about a business. I got plenty of businesses. I just want these products for my family and my friends.
Mama,
And I just put all of
I'm
my
ready to
family,
interview.
excuse me, let's see. Could somebody, one of my moderators, can you find where we need to? Okay, thank you.
We got
So,
it.
so I lo and behold, I had all my family and friends on that product, right? 273, as a matter of fact, people that had joined me with getting these products at the wholesale discount. But the day that I learned the newest research was telling us that insulin resistance in the brain was the leading cause of Alzheimer's, changed my life.
Mm.
I knew that if I could not help my mother 29 years ago, that I was going to get these drops in the hands of billions. Okay. Or millions. I have changed my logo to billions because now most of you know we do have them in the hands of millions. So I am so excited to introduce you tonight to someone who's helping us get these drops in the hands of billions, Miss Vivian Dugas from New Orleans, Louisiana, originally. We're real close to where I'm from in Picayune, Mississippi, but now she's in Montgomery, Alabama. And Vivian has such an amazing story, and I am so excited for her to share tonight. So, Vivian, take it away.
Well, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. I feel really a little bit nervous. I'm honored. Thank you for your support. You were my first drop talk. Remember that, Michelle?
I sure did.
So my story is I was stuck. So I think probably a lot of us can relate to that. I hit 40, 50. I started gaining weight. And I just kind of chalked it up to that's what happens when you hit that age, right? Middle age. But I was under a lot of pressure at that time. My whole life, it seems like it was pressure, but specifically that my husband was in a health crisis. And I think the reason that I'm so passionate about this, Michelle, is because I too lost a loved one. My husband passed away prematurely at 59 years old from complications to diabetes. And so I know that diabetes is, an epidemic. And so during that time, that last 5 years of his life, I was his caretaker. I was the breadwinner. He had lost his leg. He was on dialysis. We did peritoneal dialysis at home. He was going blind, and he died from West Nile virus due to complications from diabetes. So when he passed, I moved to Montgomery to be my daughter, my grandbabies, right? And so I wanted to pursue a holistic path, right? I had seen what the medical industry had did, or, I'd seen that path. They made a lot of mistakes. And I do believe had I known then what I know now, Steve would be alive. I have no doubt about it, right? So I chose that. I found a great doctor here in Montgomery, Alabama. And so she was tracking me, and my A1C was going up every year. And so about 2 years ago, she told me, she says, Vivian, you're pre-diabetic. And I said, nope, not going to happen to me. I know what I have to do. I'm going to cut out all the sugar. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to cut out all the processed foods. I'm going to nip this in the bud. Well, I went back for my follow-up, and my A1C had gone up, and I had gained weight. And I'm like, are you kidding me? What are you talking about? And she said, well, let's check your pancreas. And she did. She checked my pancreas. It was good. So I went home, and I'm like, I did what I do, right? I'm a woman of faith. And I said, Lord, what am I supposed to do? What's going on? And 2 weeks later, I saw a post on my friend, Pam. Actually, I hadn't seen her in years, right? And I saw these before and after pictures. And I'm watching her for a couple of weeks. And then I picked up the phone and I called her up and said, Pam, what are you doing? And she says, oh, girl, that's the skinny drops. I said, the skinny drops? She said, yeah. She said, I've lost 20 pounds. They're homeopathic. They're all natural. I said, I want some of those skinny drops. And she said, okay. She said, cash out me the money and I'll send you a box. And she did. The rest is history. I lost 25 pounds. I lost 8 pounds and 8 inches in the first 6 weeks. And so I had a follow-up. I went back to my doctor and I brought her. I was a little bit leery because she had nixed some of the supplements my eye doctor had told me about, but I trust her. I brought them to her. She looked at the ingredients. I said, but Dr. Alman, I said, I'm losing more inches than I am weight. And she said, well, that's good. She said, that's the visceral fat. And I said, the visceral fat, I didn't even know what that was. And she said, that's the fat around your organs. That's a good thing. She goes, no, this is good. Keep doing it. So I fast forward a year later, I go back for my follow-up. My A1C is down. My bad cholesterol is down. My good cholesterol is up. My inflammation markers, that's what she was really blown away with. It went from a 2.2 to a 1.1. And she asked me, she said, what else are you doing? And I said, nothing. The drops, and I'm sticking with the plan. And so that's my story. And I can say that, I'm passionate. I want to get this in the hands. I want to let everybody that I know about that they can take their health back. And it's never too late. I'm going to be 70 years old in May. So if it works, you know what I'm saying? This is huge. I feel like it's a gift. God has given me a gift, and this is the vehicle. And so when Pam, when I lost those 8 pounds and 8 inches, I said, "Is there a business attached to this?" You know, so I knew that this is something I wanted to pursue. And then I went back. I have to say, I went back to New Orleans to my home office because I work from home. So I'm working full time and I do this part time. And I went home, and my co-worker that I've known for a long time, we've been on the struggle bus together, never could lose weight. And I walk in and she said, "You've lost weight." And I said, "I sure have." I said, "I found something that works." She said, "What?" I said, "The skinny drops." She said, "I want some of those skinny drops." And I said, "I'm not even a distributor yet. Wait, wait, wait." And so I enrolled soon after that. And I just enrolled 2 health stores. So I'm excited, y'all.
That is
Thank you.
so
Thank
awesome,
you.
Vivian. Well, what an amazing story. And so you guys, you can see exactly why it's just a great idea for us to talk about these drops to our friends, right? Because if we're going to get these in the hands of billions, we've got to share it with other people. And so somebody was loved Vivian enough to share with her, right? And now Vivian's sharing with other people. And then you've got some health food stores that are going to be sharing with those as well. So do y'all see how it's just the domino effect? It's like having a virtual franchise. How do you think Starbucks sells millions of cups of coffee a day? They don't do it with just one location. So we are all virtual franchises so that we can get these drops and all these amazing products in the hands of billions. So I'm going to share my screen and just go over. But while I'm looking for this, if you are a guest on this call, please put a 1 in the chat and tell us whether you're a guest or not. And then if you're a brand partner that brought in a guest, tell us how many guests you brought in. So tonight we're going to talk about the symptoms of hormone imbalance, okay? So if you notice all of these mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, hot flashes, all these things, these are anybody in your life that has these symptoms, they are going to benefit from the drops. Okay. So me, you notice brain fog's not on here, right? It's not listed as a symptom of hormone imbalance, but it is a symptom of insulin resistance. And oftentimes they are directly related. Okay. So here's what these are the people you are going to think about. So if you are a guest, I want you to think about all of your friends that have these issues, okay? Because we want to get them on this call and help them understand why they need these drops, okay? So for some reason, there we go. This is the company we're talking about. It's Partner Co, and we are better together. And of course, we love our little logo because it's like 2 hands together, and we are so much better together. If we were to tell you we have over 100 products, we're not just selling the drops or not just promoting the drops. These are industries that are multi-billion-dollar industries alone. Y'all can imagine what balancing hormones, what that industry looks like, or healthy weight loss, increased energy, immune health, all of those things. We have amazing products to suggest for you guys and to recommend, but it always starts with the drops. I love the fact, being a nurse, that our products are backed by science, okay? So in order to get our seal of approval, our products have to go through some major quality tests, right? And we have over 200 published clinical studies and 1,000 annual quality tests. So we have global physician endorsements, and we have an internal wellness academy and scientific advisory board. So you can feel good about giving our products to your children as well as your parents because they are all clean, natural, holistic. So we love Dr. Strand, our medical director, and Dr. Joshua Plant, our chief science officer. So let's talk about these drops quickly. They have been around for more than 10 years. Did you guys know that? They didn't just pop up this last year. So these are part of the 14 companies that Partner Co took over originally to form the company Partner Co. They took the best products out of these 14 companies, and they are natural, plant-based, and homeopathic with no hormones and no stimulants. And so most of you on the call have been on the drops. So I'm going to just tell you briefly, how do you take the drops? Okay. You take them on an empty stomach 3 times a day, bottle number 1 before your largest meals. Then you wait 10 minutes and take bottle number 2. And that is the key. These are a resource for you. They are a tool. If you are not taking them as directed, you need to get with the person who brought you on these drops and make sure that you are taking them correctly. These are the greatest tool out there. Do you think I'm ever going to stop taking them if they corrected the insulin resistance for me and got rid of the brain fog and made me feel like I have completely lowered my risk for Alzheimer's and potentially reversed Alzheimer's in my life? Okay, so the drops curb your appetite and decrease sugar cravings. That's what I experienced in the third day. They're going to boost your mood, help you sleep, give you more energy, increase your metabolism, decrease inflammation, and improve digestion. That's one of the first things people tell us. So how many people have that issue? I cannot tell you, and I bet you Cynthia feels the same, how many people reach out to us during the day with digestive issues. The drops work to balance these digestive issues because there are hormones related to your digestive issues, right? And so it's going to balance your hormones by targeting insulin resistance and cortisol levels. So I'm going to fly through this. So these are all the benefits of the drops, which you guys mostly know all of these. And then the approved food list. A lot of people will say, well, gosh, if I stayed on this approved food list, I would lose weight. Well, how's that working for you is what I'm going to say, because most people have not lost the weight that they wanted to lose until they added the drops. And mind you, the drops were not designed originally for weight loss. They were designed to balance the body. Weight loss is the side effect. How many side effects, how many people watch TV and see side effects of medications? It's like they go on and on and on and on. We do not have any side effects other than weight loss. Okay, so we're going to just flip through all of these before and after pictures, but notice one thing. When Vivian talked about the visceral fat around her belly releasing and that she got relief from a lot of her symptoms, a lot of these are focused on the belly fat, okay? So look at all of these. Ursula, busy mother of 6. Don't you think she's probably got some stress in her life, but she was able to lose the weight with the drops. Alan, look at his tummy before, and then 6 months later or a few months later, look at the difference. But what you don't see in this picture is how many meds he came off of, right? We don't often talk about how many meds we're off of. I've come off of all of my meds, okay? So because of the drops, only on homeopathic remedies, which are the drops and all of our products, okay? So and I went to the doctor just a few days ago and my labs were impeccable. My cholesterol's down. My thyroid is normal. My hormones are normal. My D3, all of those things, so vitamin D3, which is great for immune support, everything was amazing. So Misty, love her vulnerability and showing that belly. Okay, so this is menopause belly down in about 6 weeks. And then these drops are for anybody, y'all. If you need to just lose a couple of pounds, you can take the fat off around your belly and your thighs like she did when she was getting ready for a competition. And then, of course, our most infamous testimony is Dr. Crystal Vance, who's lost more weight than she weighs right now. And then the rest of these are just amazing, just depictions of the targeting the belly fat. So if you bought drops from someone on this call, you probably paid retail. Now, who on this call pays retail for anything? Cynthia and I love to bargain shop. We love some of the same type clothes, but we are often going to find them on sale. So don't you want the best pricing for your drops? Okay, so option 1, you're going to open a virtual business and help us get these products in the hands of billions, right? $29.95 one time, and we're going to give you all the tools and resources to be successful. And then the first option is a really, really awesome one. If you have 3 friends that have those symptoms that we first showed, you're going to share with 3 friends and get your box for free. And why is this a great option? Because we say it takes 90 to 120 days to get the optimal results you need. So even if you kept the boxes, you have your supply for a 90 to 120 day commitment. But why not share them with 3 people and get your box paid for, right? Then the next option is you can turn your social media into profit, just like all of us do. Y'all, where do people go and look for solutions in their health? Oftentimes they're going to open up Facebook, right? But what is the message that I get mostly? Michelle, there's so much out there. I don't know what to believe. But I've seen you posting about these drops and I trust you. Please tell me more. Isn't that the case with all of your network? And you guys, if you have not joined us in this wholesale membership program, if you posted one post, and I'm going to challenge you, ask the person who brought you on this call to give you some of our posts and let you put them out there and let's see what happens. Y'all, I bet if everybody on this call did a post with a before and after, your network would be asking you about these drops. And I bet we would sell hundreds of boxes if we all committed to doing it. Okay. We give you all the text scripts. So when somebody says, hey, tell me about these drops, we give you on a keyboard app called Boards exactly what to say. Y'all, we make it so simple an 8-year-old can do it. So what if I told you you had 5 friends? Then I would tell you to buy a 10 pack because 5 boxes of drops sold will pay for this 10 pack and profit you $720 within your first week or two. But I'm here to tell you, I want to get you at the top pay in this membership program and in our business. You get a 30 pack and you share them with 15 people. That's your break even point. And we're going to get $2,300 in your pocket within the first couple of weeks. Y'all, would that not change somebody's life? What if you're a single mom with kids in sports? Wouldn't $2,300 change your life in just a couple of weeks? So that's why we want you to partner with us because we know that you can get these drops in the hands of, you can help us get these drops in the hands of billions. So we want you to join in where you fit in. So look at those 3 options and tell us which one you want. But the last thing I'm going to say before Cynthia joins in, or Cynthia, do you want to tell them about Maui? You tell them about Maui.
Okay, so I was all prepared. I had another speech. Okay, but it's all good when you're having fun. Okay, Michelle, did we ever find the name of the actual program?
Maui Mania. Maui Mania. But I still
Maui
want you to do your
Mania.
speech you prepared. Okay.
Okay,
Maui
now
Mania.
Maui Mania. So look, this week it is so important. We have I guess what I want to say, I think it's still like the night program where we get to buy our products and you get all these lifestyle credits. It's not just about, it is about product. It is about getting the drops in the hands of billions, but it's also about getting these lifestyle credits that will allow us to travel to all these fascinating places. And I mean a lot. On one of the promos at Top Pay, and Michelle, I think she has it in front of her screen right now, but it's like 30,000, like
Yes.
30,000 lifestyle credits. That is amazing to even be already at top pay, to make new
Yes.
volume bonus, to make commission on top of that, and 30,000 lifestyle credits to attend Maui. I mean, does it get any better than that?
Mhm.
Actually, I would say yes, because it's always getting better. So thank you, Michelle. I had a speech. It is mighty funny that I was getting ready to brag on Michelle, and she threw me a little. It's something about that girl. When I get ready to give her to say something good about her, it's always like we flip the script a little. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Did Michelle McKay not do a fantastic job on this Zoom and on showing us this presentation? Give it up for Michelle in the chat. Let's show Michelle some love. Michelle, you are awesome. If I was not a wholesale member and a top earner, I would rejoin right now. So you did phenomenal.
Girl, me too. I received that blessing. I received. Now she's going to fall out of her chair.
I was just rocking to the side. I'm excited. Vivian, we getting ready to go. For somebody that said they was nervous, when you have passion, passion outranks nervousness every time.
Yes.
Vivian, it was absolutely awesome. I've heard that story
Mhm.
before, but it touched my heart in a different way because what it said to me was we must continue. What you just did tonight makes me you kind of hear people talk about, well, you just have to give it out. Some people will, some people won't. When you hear a story like yours, you never think about that. You're just trying to find a person, or you want to invite everybody to the table because that
Mhm.
is an amazing story. And what touches me
Mhm.
most is when you went to the doctor and the A1C was climbing, but you had cut the sugar, you had done the things. But that's where cellular nutrition comes in. So a lot of
Right.
times when people ask my story why I'm here, it's because of stories like yours. It is
Mhm.
that story where we understand that we want to work from the outside. I mean, really work from the inside to the outside, because that's where the difference is made. Your cells are constantly there. They want to do us good, and they are asking us, will you feed us? That's my passion all day long, and that's why I am here, along with all of you, to say, let's pull together, be encouraged by stories like this, and let's go change a world and a nation together, because we are truly better together. Back to you, Miss Michelle McKay.
Absolutely. Well, y'all, the last thing about Maui Mania. So if you enroll in that largest pack that Cynthia and I were talking about that pays you the most, you get 30 entries and they're going to do a drawing for
Oh,
Maui.
yeah.
So you could earn a trip for two. Now, Cynthia and I and many on this call have already earned this trip. Okay.
Say
But
it again, Michelle.
each,
Say that
say it
part
again.
about the
Okay.
interest. Say that
Okay.
really
So
one more time.
Okay, so if you enroll with a 30 pack of drops, now remember, don't let that scare you. If you have 15 people that you can share the drops with, that pays for the 30 pack. But if you also start posting about it, that's going to give you even more people to share the drops with. But that, if you buy that pack as a new brand partner with us or a new membership into our wholesale, right, you will get 30 entries into the drawing. So that is an amazing, amazing thing. So there's lots of amazing parts about this promo, but who wants to go to Maui? Let's get going. So y'all, I'm so excited about this because it's given us an opportunity, Cynthia, to get more people on the drops, right? If everybody's enrolling 30 packs in their organization and we're selling drops to 30 more people, look how much 30 more people can multiply down the line, right? 30 people can introduce to 30 people and then 30 people. I can't even do the math fast enough. So we're going to get them in the hands of billions so much quicker. And then all of my Canadian family here. Same thing for y'all. We're going to do it in Canada too. And it doesn't have to just be there. You can sell. So in the US and Canada, you enroll anybody on that 30 pack of drops. You're going to get 30 entries. You're going to get a bunch of lifestyle credits as well. But look at how your chances to earn Maui just went up because you're going to get 30 entries. Okay. So I am so excited about this, you guys. And so I am telling y'all, get ready. I wish I could do a rocket ship emoji right now because we're going to get these drops in the hands of billions with this promo. I see you laughing at me, Lynn Tullis. Love you, girl. All right, y'all, I am so excited. So if you have a dropper that you brought on this call tonight, make sure you're getting back in touch with them. And hey, let's get these 30 packs ordered. I am here for you if you need any help. And let's find out if somebody on this call is going to win this Maui trip. Love you guys. Can't wait to
Love
hear.
you all. Have an awesome night, everybody.
Thank you,
See
Vivian.
you
You
next
did an
week.
amazing job, Vivian.
Yes, Vivian.
Thank
Amazing,
you. Thank you all.
amazing.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks
Thanks
to
to
See y'all next
everybody.
week.
Night,
Y'all.
everybody.
Every Monday night. Love you guys.
God bless.
Good
Good night.
night. Have
We
a
love
blessed
you. Good
night.
night.